This is actually one of my favorite topics because a lot of people don't realize that the majority of content creators and influencers are women. And I think that, we still haven't caught up with women being seen as true entrepreneurs and leaders when it comes to business. But when you think about it, there are millions, if not maybe even billions now in the content creator industry, and it's run by women, right? We hear about people like Mr. Beast, who obviously is a beast when it comes to business, using his image online and turning that into several different businesses. But there are also so many women who are doing this, right? Whether they're starting little businesses from that content creation, or they have small businesses and they're using content creation to promote those businesses. And I think that people are getting more savvy to the fact that if they can do this online and be social media creators, right, they can absolutely start a business. And so we're just going to continue seeing that, I think, over and over again, where more brands, whether it's beauty or other kinds of brand, we're going to see a lot more influencers creating businesses, because it makes sense. How long can you really, I say this, and then I've been online for decades at this point. I'm like, how long can you both snap? Like, well, it turns out I transfer. But you also start to think like, okay, that doing things like sponsorships where that becomes your primary source of revenue, that gets old, right? You don't want to have to be beholden to saying, everything that a brand wants you to say, or to this advertisement that your viewers don't want to see, right? Obviously, it's necessary because you need to be able to make some money, and this is how network television makes money. They do ads, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing for a content creator, but that gets old. You want to be able to continue being authentic to yourself, and so starting a business that makes sense for your personal brand, I think, is the way.
And I just think that it makes total sense from like even on surface value, from like an investor standpoint. Like, you've got an audience that's already baked in and like is already familiar with the person that's leading a new brand, and so why wouldn't you explore that further?
Exactly. And I think that a lot of people see it as like, they see celebrities and influencers start brands and they're like, oh, this is gonna bomb. They're like, well, why would anybody invest in this? But that's exactly why, right? People forget that they don't hear about the thousands of other brands that started and then closed quietly, because guess what? You never heard about them.
Exactly.
Because they didn't have somebody who already had a built-in audience, right?
Yeah.
So you're taking a much better chance investing in someone who has an audience than someone who doesn't.
Yeah.
So I think we're just going to continue seeing that.
And the trust that comes with that too.
Absolutely. If they can prove, again, content creators need to look at their analytics, right? That is a smart entrepreneur. You look at your analytics.